Okay, guys, we're now getting into the kind of fun stuff now, and this is the SEO strategy tabs. Okay, and this will really determine how well we can do with the search engine rankings and for syndication and for video embeds and all that cool stuff. Now, there's various ways that we can use this, and we really need to be doing some webinars to go through particular strategies, but I'll try and keep it as brief as possible so that you can understand the basics of what we got here, and I will tell you what I think is the most powerful way to use this in this particular video and some of the other videos that we'll do for each strategy tab. But essentially, the most powerful recipe that we've got in here for the front end version is the Power Feed Tumblr. And the reason for that is because we can buy high PR Tumblr accounts. Now, to find high PR Tumblr accounts, we simply go over to a website called SEO Clerks. Let me just go over there right now. Let's just go into the Firefox. Let's go into SEOclerks.com. And all we need to do is simply type in high PR Tumblr accounts, and we will get a whole bunch of these come up. So I'm inside SEO Clerks. I've just logged in there, and I type in high PR Tumblr into the search, and it's going to give me the first one, this guy here. He provides high PR Tumblr accounts PR2 to PR4. He used to have some PR5. PR4 will work just as well. What you will find with this guy is after you've ordered from him the first time, you can ask him to give you a whole list of Tumblr accounts, and you can buy them cheaper because you're not buying inside SEO Clerks, and he hasn't got the fees to pay for SEO Clerks, and you can get them slightly cheaper, and he makes a little bit more money as well. Okay, so you can see here, provide high PR Tumblr accounts PR2 to PR4 for $5. The different prices depending on the page rank. Okay, and we've seen some other ones before as well. Maybe my guys have already bought them out. There was a guy who was offering, I think, about 3 or 4 PR2 accounts for like $12 basically, and you would just need to go in and check every now and again. You will find you can find a bunch of these guys selling these Tumblr accounts. What we're looking for is Tumblr accounts and not Tumblr backlinks. So all I'm saying is this guy really, but this is the main guy that I use anyway. This is a guy who's actually pretty reliable, and he keeps making more of these. I think he's probably doing it using GSA Search Engine Ranker, and let him go and do that, because you have to go and buy a bunch of link lists and stuff like that, which we don't really want to be doing. Okay, so here what we can see is that we can order PR2 accounts for $5. Okay, and if you want to get a PR3 account, it costs $20. A PR4 account is $45. That's pretty good value. PR4, $45. Or you can just go and buy a bunch of PR2s. Okay, whatever you want to use. I haven't got a problem to go and order PR4 accounts for $5. I think it's actually very, very good to be able to do that. And there's some advanced strategies, as I mentioned, where we can use PR2 with just a few PR4, for example, and we'll cover those in the webinars. So that's all you need to do. And once you've got your initial order back from this guy, and he delivers really, really quickly, then just contact him and say to him, look, I bought before, can you please give me a list of your Tumblr accounts? He will give you a list of accounts that he's got available, and you can buy them on his website a little bit cheaper, and he makes a little bit more money as well because they're not paying for SEO Clerks fees. Okay, whether that's ethical or not, I don't really care, guys. He's dealing with Tumblr, and let him deal with that situation. If you want to get them cheaper, if it bothers you about being ethical or not doing that, then just buy via this SEO Clerks. You can pay a little bit more money, but at least your conscience is clear. Okay, so that's how we get the high PR Tumblr accounts. Now let's come back over to the software. Right, now when we have created the accounts, you can see here all of those accounts appear in this accounts folder here. Now for quickness and for speed and simplicity, for the purpose of doing videos, I just put in my main account in here that I've been using because I've activated everything in here already. Okay, now we will do another video separate to this one where I do one from scratch, where I go and add the Facebook, the blogger, etc. and some other ones that we need to sort of manually activate inside IFTTT.com. But for the purpose of going through these particular strategies, I'll just keep using this one because I've got everything activated, and it can be very, very quick for me to do the videos this way. Right now, what we've got in here is the ability to add some anchor text inside every post that we do in Tumblr. Now, I mentioned I think this is the most powerful one because we can just buy those high PR Tumblr accounts. What we're doing then essentially is we are creating a very, very strong, powerful tier 1 situation. Now, if I go over, I hope nothing has changed, but if I go over to let's go and do a search in the search engines, and I'll show you just exactly where this becomes really, really, really important. So if I go to spin rewrite of Fiverr, do a search for, yeah, here we are. Okay, so you can see in here Tumblr. Okay, this Tumblr is actually linking to this particular video here. This is a guy called Tex, is one of my customers. He used Tube Live Commando to be able to rank this one. It was ranking basically within 24 hours, number 1 and number 2. What I did is I took his video and I put it into the PR5 Tumblr account. This is a PR5 Tumblr account, okay? So you can see here the value of this, because this is a tier 1 and it's actually a page 1 tier 1 link that he's getting to his video over here. Okay, that's the strategy that we're using. Okay, that's the way it should work, where your tier 1 is supporting your money URL. In this situation, I was giving him a boost because I felt that I wanted to keep his video up there and give it as much help as possible. So he's getting a tier 1 backlink from a page 1 ranking piece of content from that PR Tumblr account. That's basically how it should be working, right? Okay, so let's come back over here and you can see exactly what is going on here. Now, if you have inside your IFTTT account activated your main WordPress site or your main money site, if it's on WordPress, if you have activated your main YouTube channel, then any content that comes out of YouTube, whether you favorite or do a new upload or even a live events, when it becomes a YouTube video, then it will get syndicated to the high PR Tumblr account. Okay, same with the WordPress site. If you make a new post on WordPress, it will go to the Tumblr account. This becomes your tier 1. Okay, this is really, really important to understand. The other way that we work with this is we put in an RSS feed. Now, I have deliberately made it that you must put in an RSS feed. Okay, the reason is because we can get so much more value, and I don't want you to be lazy with this particular strategy. Now, how do we do that and why do we do it? Okay, let's just jump over to my website, go to anthonyhayes.me. Okay, you go over to the section that says free SEO tools, go into this part here where it says YouTube RSS feed tool. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to use other people's content so that we can build some kind of variety into our high PR Tumblr account. Okay, and this is really important because it's always going to have the link going back to your money site. Okay, so what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to put in the YouTube channel for Moz, which is Moz HQ. I can also do for say search engine land, for example. Let's just go into YouTube and I will search in here for search engine land, and we can go and do this for a bunch of sort of authority accounts. I'll just click on where it says buy search engine land, and it's going to give me their search engine optimization channel name, which is always at the end of the user / search engine land. For example, if it's Moz HQ, for example. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm coming back over to my, sorry if I'm confusing you here, I'm coming back over to my YouTube RSS feed. I've already got Moz HQ. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in search engine land, and I'm going to keep this where it says videos, and I'm going to click where it says playlists. These are the only two that I ever use. Okay, you can use the favorites as well, that is fine. I do not use the channel RSS feed. I just find that the video uploads is far better. The playlists I use quite a lot. The favorites are useful as well. Okay, I don't use the channel one. Now what I do is I click on the submit button in here, and what it's going to do is going to grab the RSS feeds for their video uploads, for their favorites, and for their playlists. And what I'm going to do is just give it a title. I'm just going to put SEO news, for example, and description, SEO news from Moz and search engine land, and put in your main channel name, Anthony Hayes, put Morg channel. Okay, so what we've got then is a little description. You put in your information about your own stuff in here as well. Put a link in here that can go to your money site. Okay, you can go deep link if you want to. For example, I might want to make it go and link to my on-page optimization and post something with this RSS feed. Click on the submit, and what it's going to do is going to mash all of these separate RSS feed URLs into one. Okay, now if you find this confusing, don't worry, we'll cover it in detail in a webinar. Just follow along, even if you have to watch this video 2 times. It's pretty simple stuff. All we're doing is we're getting content from authority people within your niche. Now we've got the one URL now. That's all of those 6 RSS feeds mashed into one URL. While you are here, you might as well click on submit to RSS directories. Okay, it doesn't have your own link in here at this point, but it's good to give something back to these guys, because we're going to be using their content every single time they upload something into YouTube, whether they favorite something in YouTube or they add a playlist or update a playlist in YouTube. It's going to give us content going to our high PR Tumblr account. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll come back over here to the software. I'm going to take that mashed up URL and I'm going to put that in here. Okay, now that I have got that, basically it means once I put in an anchor text tag in here, which I've done. I put in anthonyhayes.me, I put in anchor text SEO training, pardon me. In the authority outbound link, I just put in moz.com, anchor text moz, okay, and I put that in here. Basically that link is going to be in that Tumblr account for every post ever made. Even if it's coming from Moz or search engine land, it's going to have a link coming back to my money site. Okay, so it just works as simply as that, and as easily as that, and there's nothing difficult. All I have to do is start creating the recipes at this point. Okay, so what this is going to do is going to go and create these recipes that we need, and it means that every time an RSS feed is updated, this RSS feed, for example, if Moz or search engine land do anything inside the YouTube channel, it will pick up that content, it will post to my Tumblr account. That gives me a variation in the content that goes into that account, but always giving me a link back to my money site. Okay, if you got the OTO1 version, you got something a little bit more powerful, because we got the scheduler that will change that anchor text every single day if you want. Okay, and we'll cover that when we come into the OTO1 section of the tutorials, but basically it will change this around every single day. Okay, so just give it a minute and it will start to kick off. What it will not do is create the same recipe twice. If the recipe was already created, then it will tell you the recipe was already created. It won't create it twice. And we just give it a second more. We'll start to finish this off. Right now, that's how this one works. This is by far the most powerful strategy that we got, but something equally as powerful is the blogger one. Okay, now the blogger one, we can use the same feed as what we used in here if we want to, just for an example. And I like to do this just to vary up the content that goes into these particular blogs that we're creating. Again, you can choose from here if you want to, from the accounts, but for the sake of simplicity to do the videos, I'm using an account that I've got everything more or less activated in. Okay, I can choose the anchor text, etc. again if I want to. Sometimes I might not want to use it. It's fine, it's entirely up to you. Maybe you just want to make some posts without having any anchor text links in there inside the post, so you can keep things more natural. You can do that as well, and all you have to do is simply click on start creating recipes, and we can see here that it's going to kick off and make Blogger do very similar to what Tumblr was doing previously. And that means that we are creating a Blogger account. It's going to be a very effective tier 1. Basically what happens then is we have an option. What we can do with the Blogger accounts, just for for speed and simplicity, you can go and buy expired domains and do a 301 redirect from an expired domain to your Blogger account, okay? And I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. Okay, so the Blogger account will work like that. So let's just watch this finish off here, because these are the two most powerful accounts, and then we will do another video for these four as well. Okay, but these are the two that we use more than anything else, just because of the power that we're building into this tier 1. What's going to happen in a second, the Evernote is going to pop up again. I'm going to show you how to just close it down quickly so that the software can keep doing what it's supposed to do. And you can always come back and deal with that one a bit later without it holding you back. Just simply cross it out. It will just go straight on to the next one, and you're not wasting any time there. And it will go and just validate the rest of the recipes, create the recipes, and that means you've got another syndication happening to another tier 1. So we've already got it set up for Tumblr. Now we've set it up for Blogger, and that means we're creating two very, very powerful tier 1 properties that we can get maximum benefits from. And in another video, I'm going to show you how I take this Blogger account and I do a 301 redirect from an expired domain with a good backlink profile to boost the authority of this Blogger account. Okay, there's two ways you can do that. You can actually use the expired domain. You can use for the Blogger account itself. You can actually put Blogger onto an expired domain if you want to. I just found it easier recently to be able to do a 301 redirect, and actually you can do as many of them as you like. You can go and buy 3 or 4 expired domains and make this equivalent to sort of PR3, PR4 kind of property kind of links. For tier 1, it just makes it more and more powerful. And if you go and buy PR3 expired domains, then you've got a PR3 Blogger account in essence. Okay, and it works really, really well. These are the two that you will see that we're using time and time again, and we will be doing webinars on each of these strategies. Okay, we will do one webinar on each of these because we can go much deeper with each of them, and we can get the maximum power from it, and it's all happening set and forget in the background. So we've got these two set up. What I'm going to do is end this video now, and then we will quickly go through these 4. What I'll do is I'll just run the software first before I do those videos, and I can just quickly explain what each is, and you will get a good understanding of how and when to use them, and we can just simply move on and get into the OTO1 version of things, where we have the social bookmark account creator and poster, and where we have the anchor text rotator, which is really massive for us to be able to use for the mass linking. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.